Welcome to the official WHX podcast, bringing you the cutting-edge innovations and breakthrough technologies shaping the future of healthcare. Your host, Zach Selch, who has sold medtech in over 135 countries, takes you inside the world's premier healthcare trade show network. Let's explore what's revolutionizing healthcare today.
Hello, welcome to this episode of the FIME podcast, where we talk to different people who are exhibiting at FIME and get to know them a little bit so that we can talk to the world about what it is they do. And I have Jacqueline Ackers from HyperCube Motors here, which with a very, very interesting product at a very, very interesting company. So Jacqueline, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. My name is Jacqueline Akers, and this here is Nyla in the background. And I serve as the Chief Clinical Officer for HyperCube Motors. And I can't wait to tell you a little bit more.
Great. So for those people who aren't familiar with HyperCube Motors, maybe tell us what your story is.
Sure. So HyperCube Motors has been around for a little over 2 years now, but I like to think that HyperCube Motors started almost a decade ago when two passionate nurses met during college, really driven to make a difference in patient care. We had this need to help patients expand our skills, do all of the really exciting critical assessments and tasks. But unfortunately, with some of the staffing shortages and the burden of minor tasks, found ourselves pulled away from the bedside and pulled away from some of those more interesting and high-level tasks that we had interest in performing. So hospital management did try their best. I've worked at some wonderful hospitals over my career, but unfortunately it's been a little bit of a challenge with budgets and the nationwide nursing staff shortage to really come up with a lasting solution. So,
I understand that completely, yeah.
Nyla was born to do some of those non-critical tasks and bring nurses back to the bedside and really allow them to realize their full potential.
It's interesting because there's so many different discussions of that, trying to relieve nurses of the non-critical nurse activities, right? So this is a very interesting solution to that. So what made you decide to be part of the FIME project that I guess we're calling it the World Health Expo now, but I've been going to FIME for 20 years, so in my mind it's still FIME. But what made you guys decide to join FIME this year?
So we just see FIME as just a expansive realm of opportunities to expand our professional network, seek out some new opportunities and secure deals, and also get an idea of some of the latest trends and new suppliers on the market. While Nyla is market ready, we're always looking for ways to improve and think to ourselves, okay, in 5 years and 10 years, what will Nyla be able to do? And at FIME, we hope to get a little bit more inspiration for that as well.
That's a great idea. It really is a good show for that, and I'm sure you're going to get a lot of bang for your buck for that. Where in the world are you currently making your biggest impact? Are there any markets that have surprised you along the way?
So healthcare is a really interesting market with a lot of surprises because it's really constantly changing to meet the needs of patients and with other trends in staffing. So we're really striving to improve nursing through the power of robotics, but also bring that compassion piece into it. But we have been surprised to the extent of which hospitals are fighting to maintain that balance. So
Right.
On one hand, you have the rising cost of labor, so managing that nursing cost while also maintaining that quality of patient care that hospitals want and need to be known for. So it's been this difficult problem of how do we make a solution where we support hospitals through that nursing shortage while supporting the existing nurses as well, because as nurses, developing a solution that replaces nurses is not sensible. We know the value of nurses. So it's been a little bit surprising trying to meet these needs and also trying to market a really innovative, first of its kind solution.
Right. Well, but I'll tell you what, I believe I've worked a lot selling to nurses, and I think that a fair amount of the activities that nurses do on a day-to-day basis aren't the things that nurses went to nursing school for, right? So, if you basically say, well, can I drop the number of times I have to walk down the hall and give a person a cup of ice or a cup of water or a blanket or something like that, I'm sure that strikes me as the type of thing that nurses would not be upset shedding from their daily tasks, right? So I guess it's finding that right balance. That's very interesting. Every company hits a few speed bumps when they're expanding. What's the toughest part of your scaling up been?
So on one hand, we are seeing a lot of robots enter the market, especially in more innovative industries such as healthcare, but there is a little bit of a challenge in acceptability of robots in the greater community. And also that extends to the hospitals a little bit as well, because there are some fears about what will the impact of robotics be. And before learning about the way that we do it with it being teleoperated by an actual human, there sometimes are some concerns about, are we taking the human out of healthcare?
Right. No, I understand that completely. That's really interesting. I wasn't planning on asking you this, but so do you integrate, say, with nurse call systems or anything like that at this point?
So right now it's really interesting. We have a teleoperator on the background. So in a remote location, we have someone who is trained that is able to operate Nyla's motion, Nyla's voice, and allow Nyla to hit 3, we like to call them pillars of action. So Nyla is able to help with documentation, patient requests, as well as that material transfer. So by having a person on the background, it allows Nyla to be highly customizable, as well as deliver that personal touch of care that people really need when they're vulnerable, ill, and scared.
That makes perfect sense. So tell people where they can find you if they're interested in meeting with you at FIME or before or after.
Sure. So we will be at FIME this year, and we are so excited for that. We also do have a website that you can contact us at, or you can look me up on LinkedIn. I'm happy to answer any questions that any hospital or even suppliers, vendors might have. We're always looking for ways to expand and grow.
Great.
And yes, and we're happy to schedule any sort of meetings or demos through our website. So we look forward to hearing from anybody who might.
Great. All right. Well, this has been really interesting. I gotta say, probably the most interesting product I've seen this week, and maybe for a while. So good luck to you. I will see you at FIME. Thank you for being a guest on our podcast, and thank you, listeners. Again, listeners, if you're looking, you can find them at FIME and take a look. I'm guessing you are going to have Nyla at FIME on your booth.
We will. This will be nice.
That'll be very cool.
Miami.
To see, a real live robot at the booth. So thanks a lot again, and we will see you at FIME.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
That's a wrap on another episode of the official WHX podcast. Thanks for joining us as we spotlight the innovations transforming healthcare worldwide with host Zach Selch. Keep innovating, and we'll see you at the next episode where healthcare's future unfolds.